Music hi there. Welcome to a new video from F1 News. In today's video, we'll talk about money problems and the tough rules that come with them. We're looking closely at the team everyone's talking about this season, Mercedes. How do they deal with these tough rules? Can their problems be explained by not having enough money? Let's look at the updates Mercedes is expected to make and how they could help them get back to winning. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do. Don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any updates. Done then. Let's get started. The 2022 season is the second year with F1 money limits. The basic amount has dropped from $145 million to $140 million. Next year, it will drop again to $135 million. In 2022, there are completely different car rules. This means the new cars will be the first ones designed with a money limit. To meet these limits, F1's biggest spenders, mainly the top three teams, Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari, have had to cut their budgets by a lot and change how they work. Steiner admits that F1 probably won't be completely changed by 2022. This is because of the leftover benefits from when the bigger teams had more money, like their buildings and workers. But he believes this could have a short-term effect and even more impact later. He says, "We can't make our plan work overnight or in just a few days. Bigger teams still got benefits from the good old days. But with a budget cap, we will soon be able to have a fair game." As proof that the new era of F1 is working like it should, Steiner wants to see teams closer together in competition. If it doesn't happen right away, it's heading that way. The big teams still have a lot of momentum from when they had lots of money, Steiner explained to the race, and you can't make up for that in just 1 year. To follow the new rules, F1 teams can spend the maximum amount allowed on running the team and making the car better. There are a few things not included in the budget cap, but almost all of them are for things that don't affect performance. This includes engines, marketing, hospitality. Team travel to avoid budget cuts on hotels and flight classes, car demonstrations, and heritage operations. Importantly, even though drivers make a huge difference in performance, their salaries are also not included in the cap right now. This lets better-funded teams get clear benefits in this area. Similarly, the top three salaries paid to team workers are not included. So superstar designers or strategists can still make a huge difference because of the new money constraints. There will be more focus on being efficient in organizations than ever before. This is the first season where we will see that fully as a car development competition. Last year, most teams stopped development during the season to focus on the big rule change in 2022. "I believe the budget cap is driving the development plan," Steiner said. "You can't have these huge developments like you used to when people were coming everywhere with completely new parts. You have to be smart about how you use your development so they give you lots of improvement for a low price. You can't just spend lots of money for bad results because it breaks the budget cap. And that goes for everyone. People will get upgrades, but they will be much more thoughtful than in the past. No team can break these rules. It requires all teams to submit full reporting paperwork for their full year of business by March 31st of the following year. Also, the FIA can do random checks at any time. Outsourced goods and services have to be checked to make sure they are priced at real values. This prevents teams from getting indirect benefits from related company transfers. It doesn't matter if they got them from another team or a third-party vendor as a result. Red Bull's sister team AlphaTauri could not supply gearboxes for $1. Mercedes couldn't have castings done by parent company Daimler for half the price either. Here we can think that Mercedes' poor performance could be because they are running low on budget and can't spend much on their updates. However, there is a problem going on with the budget cap because of inflation. The rising cost of many items that fall under the limit has made it even harder than expected for the bigger players to stay within the limit. Without hurting the development of the car, several teams have fought hard for a cap increase or some other form of change, although some have said they're satisfied. If this doesn't change, the season organizer acknowledged that the issue needs to be addressed. It will be one of the topics discussed at the F1 committee meeting in London on Tuesday. Jump to our next conversation topic. Do Mercedes fans wonder if another update is yet to come? Is there any chance Mercedes can get back into the race? and get back their winning spot at the top, while we hope and wish for a miracle to happen? Toto Wolff is hopeful that the improvements in Mercedes would be helpful. Lewis Hamilton has had a disappointing season so far, but Toto Wolff believes Mercedes is working on improvements that will soon lead to big new results. Wolff has given Mercedes fans reason to be hopeful after revealing a plan to unlock the car's full potential in the coming races. This could save Lewis Hamilton's season. So far, the 7-time world champion has had a dramatic start to the season. He finished outside the points at Imola and was flipped in the race by rival Max Verstappen. Wolff said sorry to Hamilton after the race, saying the car was undrivable, although teammate George Russell continued his strong form this season, finishing in the top 5 in each of the 4 races so far. Now that Russell can find some joy in the car, the hope is that it will. It'll only be a matter of time before Hamilton finds his rhythm. He will start to find encouragement from the developments Mercedes are working on, Wolff stated. We are confident that the research we are currently doing will allow us to run the car at a lower speed. We think we have all the aerodynamic goodness here, but we haven't been able to unlock it because of the bottom of the car. If we can stay on top of that, it means there's lots of lap time to get. If not, we'll have to come up with a different plan. Wolff then went on to address the porpoising issues directly, saying the main problem overshadowing everything is that our car has more porpoising than others. The general view is that the next race in Miami on May 7th will be too early for Mercedes. It would be difficult to show big progress. However, the next Grand Prix in Barcelona is the start of a comeback. That would be perfect timing, as Barcelona is hosting the first of 2 doubleheader race weekends in the 2022 season, with Monaco closely following. So what do you think now? Can Lewis Hamilton save his season and fight for the title? Then is Hamilton's unstable mental state capable of flipping the switch? There is still a question on everyone's mind. Didn't Mercedes make changes for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix? So why did they fail? Mark Hughes and Giorgio Piola looked at the upgrades Mercedes has made to their cars for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix weekend. As the development battle heated up at Imola, despite only offering 1 practice session for the sprint, Imola saw the first real batch of major upgrades for many teams. At Mercedes, there was a mix of weight-saving and aerodynamic adjustments, but nothing that basically tackled the porpoising of the car. A range of new parts had helped with the weight savings, but the biggest savings came from a new floor. This was only slightly changed in shape, but with a different carbon layup. Turning vane in front of the side pod intake was added aerodynamically to improve cooling efficiency. It was meant to get rid of small areas of separated airflow. The aero shroud around the top impact beam was reshaped. The rim of the diffuser closest to the rear tire had reduced curl. This was meant to reduce airflow separation in that area. This came with a change to the deflector end plate. This was standard aerodynamic development, explains Andrew Shovlin, head of trackside engineering. We're working separately on the bouncing issues. We knew the developments we brought here wouldn't affect that, so we focused on those areas. But as an aside, we are still working hard to understand, control, and fix the bounce, because we know that along with warming up the tires, that's another weak point of this car that we need to fix before we can compete. Don't you think that instead of updating other parts of the car, Mercedes should have given priority to the porpoising? I mean, important problems need to be solved first. What do you think? I hope you enjoyed this video. We'd love to hear your comments on Team Mercedes' expected comeback. And do you think Mercedes is dealing with a budget deficit? Comment below. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do. And don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for watching. Music.